Rich, you know what we should do with your whiteboard? You saw it went viral all over the place, right?
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I was
viral.
golfing.
You were golf. Of course you were. We need to put that on T-shirts.
Max, you can't tell me my own idea.
We'll put it on T-shirts. And I'm going to cut you in 25%.
Really? No, we're partners, Max.
Okay, fine.
This is what I'm saying. I can't take you anywhere, man. I'm not paying for your sweaters. I see what's happening here. Your sweaters is going up in price.
My sweaters?
No, absolutely.
Listen, Dean and I have a little connect. We're good.
Well, I seem to be cut out because I'm sitting here with a Troy boy on. Yeah, we got to do it. You're right. Yeah,
that's great. Yeah. That went bananas. By the way, other shows have the whiteboard and they're analyzing the whiteboard.
You know, Matt, but that wasn't the intent. I think we were talking that morning, and I hit Jacoby because we were just kind of going through things about the way I go through everything when you're going through it for a player of this magnitude. I'm like, that's one board. It's like 4 of those things though, right? And so I was talking to Jacoby, you and I were talking, and I asked Jacoby, I said, Jacoby, can we get the whiteboard? Because I just felt like the viewer would be able to understand it more if they can see it, right? And see how you plug things in and see what matters most. And I left some stuff out that I thought about. And again, I apologize for misspelling Edgecombe's name. But no, and so I wanted to just give people insight and a little peek behind the curtain. And here's the thing. In times like this, it's actually pretty cool because you can't take yourself too serious in this time. This is a fun time for us.
I can imagine.
Right? It's a fun time for us. It's an admiration for LJ. You know, you're going to always have the haters out there, like those that we know that have a microphone that's never said anything great about LJ or me for that matter, but I can care less. But with that being said, I did not know it would take on the legs that it took on.
You know why, Rich?
That wasn't the thing.
It's good because it's graphic. It's like when you say, peel back the curtain, people are literally looking at a whiteboard that you took from Clutch's office, basically, and recreated here. Yeah. They're actually seeing what's going into the process of making a decision. So it's gripping.
We didn't have enough space for the other whiteboard because there's other components to things, and just dots you're connecting because you have to try to help the picture be painted to a place in which you understand there's no perfect scenario, but you got to dump everything out to help someone make the best decision for themselves. It's a really tough. Normally, it's a very tough position to be in because you're focused on something or there's something that you're trying to attain, like whether it's a championship, making good on a promise, so on and so forth. But in this case, it's just a lot different, and so again, just not really taking yourself too serious with things. Look, I think the fans and which are viewers, but fans, they've given. We're not here without the fans, and so anytime you can give them something back, I think it's pretty cool. I said, Max, you said the same thing about every team, right? And he was like,
great.
yeah,
and he'd be
and I was like,
to the team.
There you go. Yeah. So it's such a hard thing to decide on, but yeah.
And when he is like, you said during that show, at first he's like, I'm 80% going to go back to the Lakers. Then you check in a week later, like 50%. Then you check in a week later, 30%. And you check in later and it's like, I'm going to, and you ask him, are you at 100%? It's time to move on. And he says, yes. What that shows is it's dynamic.
And everyone's going to speculate. They've been speculating and we're not, you allow that. My thing is with the calls, and it's not me calling, people were calling me. You have
incoming.
I saw something and somebody was like, I was calling 27. I'm like, no, I'm not calling anybody. The calls were coming in, and rightfully so.
You're in the LeBron James business. That's the incoming call business.
Yeah, the calls were coming in, and I say that very respectfully because, again, if you're in the business of basketball, and you don't place a call, you shouldn't be in the business. You should not be in the business if you're not placing a call, for that matter. And so, but ultimately, again, it was one of those things where, just it was a spur of the moment thing and trying to let people on the inside a little bit. So.
Has LeBron's situation changed since we last spoke? Has he moved? You don't have to say where he's moved and in what direction, but has he given you any indication that he has mulled things over and he's starting to form an opinion?
No, I've been just really just, in the bunker. Jeff and I haven't even checked back in on anything.
Have you guys discussed the timetable?
Nope, I haven't had a conversation. I've been letting him, just kind of enjoy the weekend with his family. Got to do that sometimes, just kind of, hey man, I'll come back to you.
So Bill Simmons, the Podfather himself, suggested that LeBron could maybe possibly make a decision in season. I don't think that that's a thing, but is that a thing?
Bill Simmons said what?
He might. He could like start the season, see how it all plays out, and then.
Let me tell you something. I think it's important for anybody, for that matter, any player. When you especially on a team you didn't play on the previous year, training camp is for a lot of things. Now, you don't get in shape in training camp. You actually are in shape once you arrive in training camp. That's like going to college and just starting to reading your summer reading when the first day of school. You got to take the test on the first day of school.
Outrageous that they have. Can I just say, summer reading?
I'm just saying that's a real thing. But no, I think when you're on a new team, training camp is so important. That's where you get a lot of things done. The camaraderie starts to build. Stay after work with guys.
Plus, LeBron he uses that time to figure things out. I see it every season on every team. The LeBron you see early in the season and the way the team functions.
You're going to see a lot different later.
So ESPN, they're going over the whiteboard, right? And because it's on all these shows, on all these pods, everywhere you look, there's the whiteboard and people are dissecting it. And they credited Legion Hoops. Hold on. I hope that's the fault of an inexperienced production assistant or something.
Yeah, that was just a mistake.
Hold on. My good friends at ESPN, I have no malice. I love ESPN. I hope that they are not intentionally crediting Game Over with Max Kellerman and Rich Paul on Spotify and Netflix, and instead crediting Legion Hoops.
No, I don't think they would do that, Max. I don't think they would do that. Legion Hoops may have just been the first ones to pick it up and go and then whatever, but I don't know. I'm just giving the benefit of the doubt.
Unbelievable.
I didn't even see that.
I'm assuming that was unintentional.
Yeah, that was unintentional. I don't think that would be intent to do that. You should have called.